1. Which of the following best aligns with the Federal Railroad Administration's F mission regarding transportation safety? A. Ensuring the profitability of private rail companies. B. Promoting and enforcing safe, reliable rail transportation systems. C. Standardizing global rail operation codes. D. Regulating international freight shipment routes. 2. In designing FRA compliance training, which adult learning principle is most effective for experienced railroad engineers? A. Providing lengthy theoretical lectures. B. Encouraging experiential, scenario-based simulations. C. Focusing on abstract compliance frameworks. D. Utilizing rote memorization of rules. 3. Which of the following best describes the FRA's role in regulatory compliance? A. Advising railroads without enforcement authority. B. Establishing and enforcing rail safety regulations across the U.S. C. Monitoring international train operations. D. Certifying all commercial drivers. 4. When evaluating FRA safety programs, what method best measures long-term training effectiveness? A. Post-training surveys only. B. On-site performance audits and compliance metrics. C. Pre-test and post-test comparisons without follow-up. D. Observation during classroom sessions. 5. A mentor helping a new FRA inspector should emphasize which approach for adult learners? A. Directive instruction with minimal feedback. B. Collaboration and reflective discussion on field experiences. C. Competitive testing to motivate learning. D. Memorization of safety manuals. 6 FRA regulations regarding track inspection primarily aim to A. Ensure accurate freight scheduling. B. Prevent derailments and enhance passenger safety. C. Increase locomotive fuel efficiency. D. Improve freight delivery speed. 7. Which federal law gives the FRA its regulatory authority? A. The Rail Safety Improvement Act. B. The Federal Motor Carrier Safety Act. C. The Aviation and Transportation Act. D. The Interstate Commerce Reform Act. 8. In curriculum development for FRA safety courses, which element ensures alignment with adult learning theory? A. Including passive video lectures only. Linking each module to real-world operational hazards. C. Using uniform assessments for all learning levels. D. Avoiding learner participation. The FRA requires periodic audits of railroads primarily to A. Improve public perception. B. Identify compliance issues before they lead to incidents. C. Punish non-compliant workers. D. Reduce administrative paperwork. 10. Communication in FRA field operations must be A. Informal and flexible. B. Structured, precise, and compliant with federal standards. C. Dependent on team preference. Optional in low-risk zones. 11. A major objective of the FRA's track safety standards is to A. Decrease rail company expenses. B. Establish minimum safety criteria for all railroads. C. Mandate uniform train designs. D. Encourage competitive bidding. 12. When evaluating a new FRA training module, which approach ensures regulatory alignment? A. Reviewing participant feedback only. B. Mapping learning outcomes directly to FRA regulatory requirements. C. Observing teaching methods without documentation. D. Skipping evaluation to expedite implementation. 13. Mentoring new FRA inspectors should focus on developing A. Procedural memorization only. B. Critical judgment and decision-making in compliance contexts. C. Reliance on supervisors. Test-taking speed. 14. Effective FRA communication training emphasizes A. Hierarchical command-only systems. B. Clear, standardized, and safety-focused messaging. C. Casual workplace discussions. D. Emotional persuasion. 15. The FRA's accident reporting system helps regulators A. Assign financial bonuses. B. Identify and mitigate recurring safety issues. Increase train fares. D. Approve construction permits. 16. Curriculum development for FRA compliance should begin with A. Learning objectives derived from safety regulations. B. Instructor preferences. C. Popular training methods. D. Learner entertainment factors. Adult learners in FRA programs benefit most when A. They memorize code numbers without context. B. Training connects directly to their job roles and experience. C. They avoid group activities. D. They rely solely on instructor demonstrations. 18. The FRA's Locomotive Inspection Act ensures only unionized engineers can operate trains. B. All locomotives meet federal safety standards before use. C. Freight costs remain stable. D. Engineers receive annual pay raises. When assessing FRA training success, the best evaluation metric is A. Learner attendance. B. Improvement in compliance audit scores. C. Training duration. D. Instructor popularity. Effective FRA mentorship encourages A. Dependence on mentor expertise. B. Reflection, accountability, and independent application. C. Competitive isolation. D. Repetitive drills only. The FRA's hours of service law focuses on A. Limiting working hours to prevent fatigue-related incidents. B. Increasing overtime for engineers. C. Tracking employee attendance. D. Setting minimum service standards for freight. 22. When training adult FRA staff, instructors should prioritize A. Passive instruction. B. Practical hands-on learning tied to FRA cases. Strict lecture formats. D. Unstructured discussion. 23A's regulatory compliance process includes A. Data collection, analysis, and enforcement actions. B. Voluntary participation by companies. C. Annual renewals only. D. State-level approvals exclusively. 24. Which communication model best supports FRA field team effectiveness? A. Unilateral messaging. B. Feedback-based closed-loop communication. C. Informal note-taking. D. Hierarchical-only reporting. 25. When developing an FRA mentoring framework, the mentor should A. Encourage mentees to follow procedures without question. B. Guide mentees through reflective learning and regulation application. C. Avoid sharing personal experiences. D. Focus on administrative documentation only. 26. The FRA's enforcement process begins when A. Public complaints are filed. B. An inspection identifies a regulatory violation. C. Congress requests a review. D. A union initiates arbitration. 27. Adult learning within FRA programs is most effective when instructors A. Dismiss learner experience. B. Leverage participants' professional knowledge and field examples. C. Restrict discussions to theory. D. Avoid questioning authority. 28. The purpose of FRA's safety advisories is to A. Provide guidance on emerging safety concerns before regulations are finalized. B. Impose penalties. C. Reduce industry oversight. D. Replace official regulations. FRA inspectors rely on data-driven evaluation primarily to A. Support subjective decision-making. B. Justify performance reviews. C. Identify safety trends and risk patterns. D. Promote public relations. 30. Which adult learning approach promotes retention in FRA courses? A. Repetition without context. B. Case-based simulations involving real compliance scenarios. C. Mandatory memorization of policies. D. Written-only assessments. 31. FRA's partnership with state safety programs serves to 1. A. Delegate safety oversight. B. Strengthen coordinated enforcement and data sharing. C. Eliminate federal involvement. D. Reduce compliance accountability. 32. The FRA's emergency order authority allows A. Suspension of regulations. B. Immediate action to address imminent safety threats. C. Temporary wage adjustments. D. Company tax audits. 33. Evaluating FRA compliance training should include A. Knowledge tests only. B. Behavioral and performance-based assessments in the field. C. Instructor self-evaluation. D. Course satisfaction surveys. 34. Effective FRA communication strategies rely on A. Ambiguous directives. B. Structured briefings with follow-up verification. C. Personal discretion. D. Minimizing documentation. 35. When creating FRA learning materials, curriculum designers should A. Avoid referencing federal regulations. B. Align every lesson with a specific FRA standard. C. Focus on general safety principles only. D. Prioritize entertainment. 36. A reflective journal in FRA mentorship programs helps mentees record task lists. B. Analyze their performance and compliance understanding. C. Track hours worked. D. Prepare for promotions. FRA's risk reduction programs emphasize A. Prevention through data analysis and continuous improvement. B. Enforcement through punishment only. C. Reduction of workforce. D. Delayed reporting. 38. When designing evaluation tools for FRA programs, reliability means A. Consistency of results across different assessors. B. Popularity of the tool. C. Compliance with budget constraints. D. Visual appeal of the form. The FRA's training philosophy values A. Competence, safety awareness, and professional accountability. B. Speed and profitability. C. Memorization of outdated laws. D. Isolation of departments